Hi friends! It's not a secret that many older people eventually do need some help from others, especially if they live into their 80s or 90s. When an older person starts to need help, it tends to be close family members that step in. In fact, family members are by far the #1 source of long-term care support and services for older adults. But what happens to the seniors who don't have children to take care of them? That's why it's important for community members not to forget the senior citizens who might need a little help, kindness, compassion, and emotional support. It all started when the police thought they were responding to a typical distress call to one of the high-rise buildings in the Appio Latino district, where one of the residents heard crying and screaming in a neighboring apartment. When they showed up, they were ready for anything: a robbery, an attack, scams, and a lot of those. But actually, they just saw an old couple sitting quietly, hand in hand. The police couldn't guess what was wrong with them, and when the lady looked at the police officers, they could feel the solitude and despair in her eyes. The police also called the paramedics as a matter of course, just to make sure that the couple were both okay. And when the paramedics assured them that there was nothing physically wrong with the couple, the crew left. That was the time when the lady confessed and said that they were both very sad and lonely, as well as they hadn't had any visitors for months and the city was completely empty. They were also watching the news and were shocked by some of the horrors happening around the world, and that is why they couldn't control their emotions and tears. It was around 8:30 p.m. and the police officer announced that it was dinner time. So why don't these elder people just watch television, relax, and have a good dinner? Though, the lady replied that they only have some grapes for dinner, and anyway, they don't have any will to eat. Their loneliness has meant that they couldn't even cook anymore. That's when the police officer came up with a brilliant idea. He suggested cooking some pasta. He went into the kitchen, found some spaghetti, butter and cheese, and quickly made dinner for the couple. After the dinner, they spent the whole evening with the officers, talking, singing, and even laughing. As the officers recall, at that particular moment, they realized that these two are the grandparents, and they all are the grandsons that should be taking care of their families. The overall impression about Italy claims that families look after their grandparents. So what was wrong with this one? As it turned out later, there was a family issue here. This elder couple had a son who had serious health problems, and that is why he wasn't able to look after his parents in their old age. And beside that, it was August outside, which is an extremely hot month for Italy. So no one even leaves the house, no one comes to visit, and there aren't any neighbors around. So their building was completely empty. The photo of the couple, along with their story, was posted to Facebook by the Rome police on August 3rd and has since been shared more than 70,000 times. As one commenter wrote, "You have just won the hearts of millions around the world. Thank you for showing compassion to the elderly. No one should have to live in solitude and loneliness." This day made quite a difference to the police's usual working day, filled with violence and corruption. They admit that they had a fantastic day, and what's more, this episode brought a lot of attention to this sort of thing in Italy. And since that time, they have seen more and more volunteers start helping the elderly, who are lonely and in need. So, the final outcome was really brilliant. Many of us believe that for kindness to be effective, it has to be all sacrifice and grand gestures. But it's not true at all. Even spending a few minutes a day or an hour a week helping the people around you is much more than nothing. It can be as little as just saying hi to your elderly neighbor when they go out to water the garden. The act may be small, but the difference you'll be making will be giant. And it will also make a difference if you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye!